And then we're on to a Russian trench assault here. As you can see, the guy in the bottom of the picture is the one moving into the position. This is a lone Russian soldier. It's believed that the rest of his unit on the assault has been killed and he's continued on by himself. I'll just give you two different angles here. I have melted these together, so there might be some jumps, but again, this will give you an idea of what it looks like from above and from the rear perspective of him pushing up. So he's broken into the trench. There's no one covering that side of the trench. As you can see, other Ukrainians are gathered up on the left-hand side. And again, this goes into further the situational awareness. They've got no one covering. It's such a large trench system, but they've got all these guys bunched in one area. And as you can see here, he starts to push up. Complete freedom of movement. These guys are totally unaware. They're firing over the trench overhead. They're not looking where they're aiming. And again, this will lead to why this guy's managed to get up so quickly, because no one's looking over the trench at all. Everyone's just firing overhead. They have zero idea what's going on other than to what's to their front. But again, this is the fog of war and this is what's happened. People become channeled in. So he pushes around the corner and engages all three. And again, unfortunately, I've had to cover this up, guys. But engages all three without them even having a clue what's going on. And then he manages to push up the trench by himself. So as you can see, he continues on up the trench system. And there's a piece of cover to the left there. And there is another number of Ukrainians in there. And he manages to push all the way up. Gets eyes on. And then the situation for the Ukrainians now, so you need to understand that these guys think there's probably a larger unit. Because these guys have all been taken out, they won't assume it's one guy by himself. They're going to assume it's a larger unit. So as he pushes up, he's going to call for the surrender, and the likelihood is they're going to, because they assume that there's a larger force in the trench, and it's purely that element of surprise. One guy doing it by himself, no one would ever believe that it's one guy, and in the likelihood everyone else will generally surrender. So it's believed there was 3 KIA. And then another 2 or 3 captured, as you'll see here. He does start to capture them as they come out. Major lack of situational awareness. And again, this goes back to the lack of mutually supporting positions. Such a large trench system, but they had such a large section uncovered. All of them were bunched together. And again, it's led to one guy managing to infiltrate and push in and clear it so successfully. It definitely looks like there has been a number gathered underneath that overhead cover. And again, the effects of drones will cause people to do that as well, hide under cover. And I'm going to assume there's a bunker built into that position as well. But as you can see, they're coming out. He's managed to capture one, and then you will see the second come out as well. And then our last video, not exactly sure who this is engaged in this building, but this is a good example of once it gets to a certain point in urban combat, the easiest thing to do is just engage buildings with heavier calibers, again 50mm